Hey everybody, I'm Lisa Miller, the Director of Counseling here at Startbupe. Hope everyone's doing well. Just wanted to give you the heads up that the next 2 weeks we're doing something a little bit different. Pastor Fred is actually interviewing one of our former patients that is in recovery and has a real success story. So I want you to watch it. He'll be doing that this time, and then 2 weeks from now, the next video will also be the second half of the interview. So just wanted you guys to see that recovery is possible. Keep doing what you're doing. Peace.
Hey, I'm Pastor Fred, and I'm here with one of my friends, Mr. Wiley. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too, man.
We been together for a while. He's one of our patients, or was, but he's still part of our fellowship. And I want you to hear his story. It is incredible. And so let me get started with my first question, Mr. Wiley.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you something. Tell me about your introduction to drugs.
I think I was probably about 14 when I started taking, all types of drugs.
Okay.
And sort of was in drug treatment when I was 19, dropping out of college, and pretty much did them up for a long time. I actually even met my future wife doing a little deal. So, but yeah, so I've sort of had a 40-year career with it, or a battle with it, not necessarily a career.
Okay, I'm going to go back then. So you met Sarah when?
That would have been November 2nd, 1986.
Okay, and tell me about your family.
I've got two daughters. They're Gabrielle and Catherine. They're 33 and 32. They're 10 months apart. And then Ian, our son, is 27.
Well, so what brought you to us? And if I remember right, you joined our program November 2018.
Yeah, it was the telemedicine part of it. I saw a sign on one of the exits, and
Okay.
I'd been struggling, with trying to get clean, and had gone to the methadone clinic for Suboxone and did that for 3 or 4 months, and then, the fact that you guys would trust me enough to mail me the medicine and a structured counseling program, then I thought it was a good fit for me.
Fantastic. All right, I'm going to go ask you some questions on a timeline.
All right.
And then you just kind of tell me about this, okay? I know it's painful, but that's okay. You ready? First timeline, April 30th. What happened then on April 30th?
My dog, my favorite dog of all time, Corn Dog, who was 15, passed away, and it was very hard. I mean, I love that dog more than any dog I'd ever had for some reason.
Well, tell me about the videos you sent me. You called me up and said,
Right.
Pastor Fred, look at this video. You won't believe this.
She could take a corn on the cob and roll it across the deck and hold her paw and eat it like a human. We called her Corn Dog because of the color of her skin, like a corn dog. But yeah, she loved corn on the cob.
Okay, so on that day, April 30th, Corn Dog passed away.
Right, and we buried her in the backyard. My wife Sarah helped me bury her, and we put a golden rain tree on her. We do that, or I do it with all the dogs. Each has a special tree, and
Oh, wow.
that was her tree.
I didn't realize that. Now, I do remember you called me that evening. You told me about the tree. You told me everything. I was listening to Sarah tell us that, hey, you better be careful because losing a pet can cause you to relapse.
Yeah.
And so we went over this dialogue, and you assured me that you would take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's when you told me about the tree and
Right.
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, but now the next day, I got another call from you in the morning. Can you tell me what happened what happened right after that?
The next day at about 5:27 in the morning, I walked in to tell my wife I was going to work, and she'd passed away in her sleep. And I called you and said something ironically tragic had happened, and I hung up. I didn't even elaborate. called and hung up, but I'm sorry about that. But,
That's okay. First of all, thank you for calling me. It meant a lot to me that I entered your life at this time. We really did become
Right.
close. So I guess the next question, Sarah passed away on May 1st.
right.
Well, tell me something else that happened that week that was special.
It would have been the next day was our 34th wedding anniversary. We had a big vacation planned and was going to be gone for a couple of weeks doing empty nest kind of stuff because all our kids had been gone for a while. But yeah, so then because she was gone and I wanted to try to honor that vacation, I went to Wilmington to see friends. I went to the ocean. I went to Florida and spent about a month trying to get wrapped around, what happened, what am I going to do, just going forward from that point on.
Would you say the month of May was kind of like a sabbatical for you?
Yeah, because I pretty much all my customers, I'm self-employed contractor, knew that I needed some time away. Me and you talked every day.
Yeah.
But I just needed to be away from that and try to figure out, what my next steps were.
Okay. One of the things that Dr. Rad and I encouraged you to do was find you a psychologist. And how did that work out for you?
Oh, great. I found her by just on the internet, and for some reason she stuck out. She was near my mom, and
Okay.
we did telemedicine too,
Uh-huh.
which I think is great, the technology stuff.
Now, I made a note because you sent me a picture of something that you saw sitting on the beach one morning. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, I'd been, asking for signs, or, why has this
Right.
happened? Show me something that I know everything's okay. And a water spout came up on Amelia Island. There hadn't been one in 53 years and came up that day. So I was like, oh, okay, I get it now, Lord. That's a good sign, the power and the beauty. But still, yeah, that was, pretty much. I stopped asking for signs after that because
Yeah.
I believe, and that was a good when they
Well,
got my attention.
Okay, so the month of May was your sabbatical, and the next month, June.
Right.
What did you do in June? What would we say? How would you describe the month of June?
I came back and went to work, and things were going good. I had a lot of support from friends, family, and customers, and complete strangers. I finished up that month of work and was taking a little weekend getaway, and I got a phone call that one of my guys that was helping me, who I was trying to help, had stolen some stuff from the second house. The first person that called, I defended it wasn't my guys, and then when the second lady called, then I said, hey, call the police, it's got to be him.
So, the month of May was your sabbatical, time to begin your grieving. We understand you kept grieving, and part of that was you were going back to work in June. And so what was the significance? Why was it so bad? What happened? What did that worker do for you? Why was that so bad for you?
Well, it could have ruined my business. The
Yeah.
people that he did it to loved me enough that knew I didn't do it. But it was just like, here's something else that's just, I guess trying to get at me that without the help of my therapist and you and, other Elijah, my dog in my life, I just, it was just like, I'm going to have to get through this too.
Well, speaking of
what I mean?
Elijah, look,
Right.
I forgot about that.
Right.
When did you pick up Elijah? That was when?
That was like June the 5th or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Because I'd also, when I got back, you remember Red Dog, my other dog died. So I had two dogs and
Okay.
a wife died. So I got a beautiful animal, Elijah. So.
Well, this is something that really impressed me because, like I said, you've been in our program since November 18. So you were ready to start tapering, and Sarah was your encouragement there too. And it wasn't right. It was right during the middle of all of this, this first week in May, that you actually started a tapering program with us
Right.
under Dr. Rad. So then what happened? How long did you actually taper? You felt like?
I started in Mesa. It was like a 2-month
Okay,
taper.
good.
And you know, I wasn't, you know, by the time it got to the end, all those fears that you read about now, I didn't feel anything. It was just like I was not, I wasn't addicted anymore. Let's put it that way.
So it was kind of a natural
Oh, it was
closure.
just a natural way to come off of, you know, a 10-year opiate addiction. I mean,
Wow.
and it was no bumps. It wasn't anything. It was like, it was amazing, really, kind of. I mean,
And
I was
let's just
so
leave it
scared.
at that.
Yeah,
I know.
I
Let's
mean,
just leave it at that. It
yeah.
was amazing, fantastic. So, quick recap. Started out losing your dog, losing your wife, on the week of your 34th anniversary, and you reconnected with family in Florida,
all right.
got you some help, and went down. Then came back in June, started working. We talked some more. We talked about all the connections. You talked about continuing the tapering. You were feeling good about it, even though we suggested you might want to go another extra month.
Right.
What did you tell me?
Well, I was like, I'm ready. I think that it's, you know, it's time, and you know, Sarah was proud of me, and it was time.
It was time,
Yeah, it was time.
and you just kept on the
Right.
plan we
But
originally.
he did ask me to go another month, and I did. I mean, I followed doctor's orders, and I did it, and you know. But at the end of the 2, it was great, and you guys were proud of me. And I'm glad that you guys were there. I wouldn't have made it without.
Well, for
you.
everybody out there, I want you to hear this. He did it right. He talked to us up front about the tapering. We talked with Dr. Ad. We staffed it. And we walked with him the whole process. And it was a difficult process. So please, if you're wanting to taper, talk with us. This is when you're going to need all of us. You're going to need Dr. Rad. You're going to need talking with Krista and our pharmaceutical. You're going to need either Lisa or Sue with our drug counseling, and myself with the pastoral care. We want to walk with you. And we did. And it worked all right, didn't it?
And you're still walking.
And we're still walking with you. It's like I told everybody, you never really leave us. You have a story to tell. Well, I'm going to end it right there for this session, and then we'll come back and do part 2. I'm Pastor Fred, and you are?
Wiley.
Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Bye.